Hi, my name is Corey Tedder. I work for both the admissions and financial aid offices here at WVU Tech. Paying for college is one of the biggest concerns that students and families have in their college search process. So we've decided to put together a brief presentation that will provide some general information about financial aid. First, what is financial aid? Financial aid is funding that is provided to students and families in order to help pay for post-secondary educational expenses. One of the biggest sources of financial aid is federal student aid. In order to be considered for federal student aid, students and families must complete the free application for federal student aid or the FAFSA at www.studentaid.gov. The FAFSA should be completed for the corresponding academic year. So for instance, students that attend during the fall of 2020 or spring of 2021 will need to complete the 2020-2021 FAFSA. The FAFSA must be completed using prior year tax information. So a student filling out the 2020-2021 FAFSA will need to also provide 2018 federal income tax information. The FAFSA must be completed annually. The application opens on October 1st each year and should be completed as soon as possible. Filing the FAFSA means that you will be considered for the following federal financial aid programs: Federal Pell Grant, Federal Supplemental Education Opportunity Grant, Federal Work Study, Federal Direct Subsidized and Unsubsidized Student Loans, and Federal Parent Plus loans. Filing the FAFSA will also consider you for the following West Virginia state programs: West Virginia Promise Scholarship, West Virginia Higher Education Program, and the West Virginia Engineering Science and Technology Program. Keep in mind these programs have associated eligibility criteria and deadlines. Check out cfwv.com for more details. In addition to state and federal aid, WVU Tech also offers its own in-house scholarships. WVU Tech's admissions application automatically identifies applicants for institutional scholarships based on their GPA and SAT scores. These scholarships are merit-based, so the amounts are dependent upon those GPA and SAT or ACT scores. These scholarships are renewable for up to 4 years, so long as the student maintains a minimum 2.75 overall GPA and completes at least 30 credit hours throughout the academic year. This includes summer terms. In addition to the scholarships offered from WVU Tech, there are numerous scholarship options available to students and families if you know where to look. Begin researching private aid sources as soon as possible. Some common scholarship opportunities include foundations. Some local examples would be the Beckley Area Foundation, the Greater Kanawha Valley Foundation, and the Hinton Foundation. Employers and businesses are also great places to look for scholarship opportunities. Different employers, chains like Chick-fil-A and McDonald's, offer different scholarship opportunities for their employees or employee family members. Charitable organizations are also a great place to look. Be mindful that although some of these scholarships may be low dollar amounts, these scholarships still add up and can still help contribute to the bottom line of paying for a college education. Here's a list of some scholarship databases that you can check out to find out more about scholarship opportunities that you may be eligible for. When it comes to college expenses, cost is broken down into direct and indirect. Direct costs are things like tuition and fees, room and board if you're living on campus, and health insurance if that's applicable. One note about health insurance is that if a student already has health insurance under their parents, they can fill out a waiver form to have that cost waived. But these are the types of charges that comprise your student account statement. Indirect costs are things like books and supplies, transportation, and personal expenses. And while they are very important in terms of calculating what the overall cost of attendance is for a student, they do not appear on your student account statement. Here we've provided examples of the estimated cost of attendance. Now, the tuition fees, room and board that you see here are actually based on real tuition fees, room and board figures from 2019-2020. But the books and supplies, transportation, and personal amounts have been estimated. These are for resident students living on campus and non-resident students living on campus. And when it comes to resident and non-resident, resident students are students that are residents of West Virginia. Non-resident students may be from out of state or international. So once a student has applied and been admitted to WVU Tech, they're able to log in and manage their financial aid awards via the WVU portal, which can be accessed at portal.wvu.edu. They would use their mixed email address and password to sign in. Once logged into Portal, students would click on the star link at the top of the page, click on Financial Aid. They could then click on either Award to check awards or Eligibility to check on any outstanding requirements. They would then click on Award by Aid Year, select the appropriate aid year option, and click on Accept Award Offer to accept, decline, or reduce their award amounts. Sometimes information you provide on your FAFSA no longer accurately reflects your or your family's financial situation. There are certain circumstances where financial aid professionals here at WVU Tech can work with you to review or update your FAFSA information. Some examples of these situations include loss or reduction of income, including but not limited to loss of employment, reduction of pay, death of a parent or spouse, and reduction or loss of child support, divorce or legal separation, non-recurring income, high medical and or dental expenses paid out of pocket, or if the student or family has been impacted by a natural disaster. If any of these situations apply to you, do not make this change on your FAFSA. Contact the financial aid office or request a family contribution appeal form, and we'll help you take care of it. Students must maintain a level of satisfactory academic progress, or SAP, toward completing their degree to retain eligibility for aid, including student loans, parent loans, federal work study, and grants. Per federal regulation, the Financial Aid Department must monitor SAP for all financial aid recipients. SAP is defined as a minimum overall GPA of 2.0, completion of at least 67% of all attempted hours, which is referred to as the completion rate, and a maximum amount of attempted hours based on the student's degree objective. The degree objective is the hours required to complete the student's chosen program of study. We go off of a 150% rule, which just means that 150% of the degree objective hours will be covered by financial aid. So if a student's degree objective would require 120 hours, financial aid would be eligible to cover 180 hours. Students who are not maintaining these standards after a SAP review immediately lose eligibility for financial aid. For more information regarding SAP, visit the website you see there. Some important things to remember: file your FAFSA as soon as possible. Again, the application opens each year on October 1st. If you need help filing, you can give us a call at the Financial Aid Office. For additional information regarding financial aid at WVU Tech, you can visit financialaid.wvutech.edu. Make sure to check your mixed email account frequently for any kind of correspondence or updates. Complete a profile on a scholarship database and stay on track to graduate. Here is the contact information for those individuals working in the Financial Aid Office. Tammy Saunders, Joanne Ross, and myself are all here to help with any kind of questions or concerns you may have regarding financial aid. And our phone number is listed below.